For Augustana, 11-3, 1-2, a very surprising 1-2 in the CCIW. Now, granted, Augustana has faced two very tough teams in the early goings of the season as well. Brian DeSimone, a senior guard out of Wheeling, Illinois, averages 7.1 points per ball game. Troy Rorer, 6'2", senior guard out of Bettendorf, Iowa. He averages 11 points a game. The forwards, Bryant Boyles, a 6'9", senior out of Byron, Illinois. He's the leading scorer, averaging 15.8 points per ball game. George Dexter, 6'7", junior out of Bettendorf, Iowa, averaging 5 points a night. In the middle, Kevin Schlitter, 6'8", sophomore out of Park Ridge, Illinois. A lot of size for Augustana, who enters the contest 11-3 and 1-2 in the CCIW. The Elmhurst starters are being introduced as we speak. Deontay Foster, 5'11", junior guard out of Muskegon, Michigan, averaging 6.7 points a game. James Robertson, 6'3", junior out of Peoria, averaging 9.6 per night. Zack Boyd, a 6'3", senior guard out of Warrensburg. He's the leading scorer for Elmhurst at 15 points a game. The forwards, Jerome Robinson, 6'6", senior out of Skokie at 12.4 a night. And Nick Sanford, a 6'4", sophomore, who averages 9.3 points per game for the Bluejays, who, as we mentioned, come into the contest having lost consecutive matchups. After a CCIW opening win at North Park, Elmhurst has lost to Wheaton by 12 and at North Central by 14 on Tuesday night. Up next for the Bluejays is a trip down to Decatur to meet Millikin University Tuesday night. But first, they have the nationally ranked Vikings of Augustana College. Again, the Vikings came into the matchup ranked 6th nationally. They have been in the top 25 most of the year, in fact, all of the year. They have been in the top 10 most of the year. We're number 1 for a week. Have found themselves consistently ranked in the top 5, although that will likely change. They've lost consecutive contests to North Central and also to Illinois Wesleyan. Now, granted, those are two very, very respectable losses, but still, Augustana needs to find a way to start winning those contests. They are 1-2 in the CCIW right now in the middle of the race. Robinson is in the center circle. George Dexter is there with him, and Elmhurst will open with the basketball in the home whites. Elmhurst 7-7, 1-2 in the CCIW. Robinson between the rings, looking to lob. Deontay Foster on the right edge. Out comes Robertson, using a screen from Robinson, angling left. Sanford up the right side of the lane, floats the 8-footer towards the rack. Long rebound back out to Robertson. He'll flick it to Boyd in the corner. Boyd with a jump stop in the lane, lost it. Brian DeSimone off to the races, leading a 2-on-3. Clears it out to the spotting up Brian Voiles. His three-pointer is long, and the rebound is chased down by Robinson, who then falls out of bounds. Brian Voiles, 6'9", and yes, he can shoot as well. Glad you're alongside for this one. DeSimone angling right in the first minute of play, up high towards Voiles. He spots Rorer. Plenty of time to work with here for the Vikings, who will bounce it along the baseline for Schlitter. Now it's Rorer, skipping and knocked away. Officiating crew for this one, Gerald Morrow, Joe O'Neill, Jeff Pearson. Plenty of other action in the CCIW today. One game, in fact, has gone final. CCIW standings, though, Illinois Wesleyan and North Central unbeaten at 3-0. Wheaton and Carthage sitting 2-1. Augustana and Elmhurst 1-2. North Park Millikin 0-3. Here's DeSimone to beat the shot clock with a 3. In and out. Rebound is free, but Voiles stepped out of bounds. For Elmhurst to stay in the ball game, they need to slow the tempo down. Augustana, second in the CCIW in scoring. It's not to say that the Vikings can't win at a slow tempo affair, because they certainly are capable. They own the top defense in the conference, surrendering only 59 points per ball game. But I think Elmhurst, to be successful, needs to keep this game in the 60s. Boyd along the baseline will pull up from 16, no good. Robertson swatting at the rebound, it's out of bounds, and will stay with the Bluejays, a fresh 35. Action around the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin today. Millikin at North Park. North Central at Wheaton. Carthage at Illinois Wesleyan. Staggered start times. We already have a final in. North Park hung on at home to take down Millikin by just a point. Robertson to Foster. Under the arms of DeSimone. Boyd one dribble. Now it's Sanford driving in, clearing out. Robertson for three. Bingo! Three-pointer for James Robertson. Seems like when Robertson has been on, so have the Blue Jays. Had a big game against North Park in the CCIW opener. In the lane for Schlitter. Counted and one. Jerome Robinson with a foul. That is his first. North Park 58, Milliken 55. That was the final earlier today. To the line for the three-point play. Schlitter is good. It's just below his average already, having scored 3 points to tie the ball game, 3 apiece. Gray Giovanni, the longtime head coach at Augustana, patrolling the sidelines. Mark Scheer, the bench boss for the Blue Jays. 20 on the shot clock for Robertson. Robinson along the baseline. Wants to drive, bounces for Foster at the top of the arc. Shot clock down to 10 as Foster backs up and resets. Here's Robinson in the corner to Boyd outside the lane. Hook shot good from 7. Zack Boyd with a bucket. Elmhurst up 5-3. Closing in on 3 minutes into this first half. Some other numbers for you in the contest. Augustana first in the CCIW in opponent field goal percentage. They hold their opponents just a 39% clip. They're also second in three-point percentage defense. 321, another number that could be a huge factor in this one. No-look feed for Voiles. In the lane, it's Schlitter over the top of Sanford. Counted and a foul again. Strong start for Kevin Schlitter, the sophomore out of Park Ridge. Prepped at Maine South High School. He'll make his way to the line. They have a substitution at the table, ready to check in for Schlitter, who has scored the first 5 points for Augustana and looks to hand the Vikings the lead for the first time, and does. 6-5 Augustana. Brandon Coons off the bench. Coons, a junior out of Lake Zurich. 16:45 first half. Augie up 1, 6-5. Foster scampers towards the corner. Here's Boyd around the arc. Sanford free throw line extended. He'll drive and score. Sanford a strong take. Can't tell you enough about how much Nick Sanford has improved from his freshman year into his sophomore campaign, into the starting lineup. 7-6 Elmhurst. Underneath, it's swatted away. Dexter couldn't handle. Gray Giovanni wants a foul. Lots of head shaking by the officials as Foster drives to the rack. It's denied by Voiles. And a foul as Robinson is held up. Great crowd today. Across from us here at R.A. Faginal Hall, almost entirely full. A ton of Augustana fans. Much of the Augustana roster scattered throughout the Chicagoland area. Lake Zurich, Downers Grove, Brookfield, Park Ridge, Darien, LaGrange, Arlington Heights, Wheeling. Many of the Augie fans brought with them beads, Mardi Gras beads. Timeout Elmhurst, a full one. Mark Scheer is taking a full timeout with 16:01 to play in the first. 7-6 Elmhurst on top. This is Blue Jay TV. 7-6, Elmhurst on top. Bluejays with the basketball. Augustana will put on some pressure here. Elmhurst 3 of 6 from the field so far. Augustana 2 of 5. Elmhurst has yet to allow a rebound to Augustana. Kind of surprising given that we're 4 minutes and change into the matchup. Augie without a rebound. Augustana the top rebounding team in the CCIW. They've out-rebounded opponents this year by 13 a game. Elmhurst not too bad either. They sit third with a plus 4.7 margin. And an offensive foul will be called on Zack Boyd. Stares on in disbelief with 15:35 to play in the half. That is his first foul. He's still pleading his case as the referee walks away, looking for an explanation. Cameron Norton in the ball game for Augustana. Norton, Rorer, DeSimone, Voiles, and Coons, the 5 for Augustana. Rorer with a touch in the corner. Elmhurst showing his own. Trying to slow him down and dare Augustana to beat him from the outside. Roerer's 16-footer rims out. 3-on-2. Foster turns on the Jets. No. Robinson there. His second chance is no good, but he gets his arms up in the passing lane, knocks it away, but steps out of bounds into the Augustana bench, right in the lap of Gray Giovanni. Five minutes into the first half. Elmhurst up a point. Check in on the other scores around the CCIW in a bit. Told you already, North Park has won over Milliken by 3. In the lane, it's a jump stop for Coons over the top of Sanford. No, but the first rebound of the game for Augustana belongs to Cam Norton. Norton with the tip in to put the Vikings in front at 8-7. It's Augustana in the gold, obviously, here on the road tonight. Foster looking, waiting, bouncing for Boyd. Sanford sets the screen. Out comes Robertson. Bouncing for Sanford along the baseline. Backing in against Norton, a double team. Out up high towards Foster. Shot clock under 10. Here's Robinson with a left-handed J in the corner. Good from 19. Jerome Robinson, the senior. 1 year of eligibility for Elmhurst. Transferred in from Lewis University. Bluejays continue to show the zone. A 3-2 look. They stretch it out a bit. Try to take away the inside presence of the Vikings. DeSimone dribbles in, shy of the free throw line, to Rorer in the corner, looking to lob. And an offensive foul is called. Up 3 seconds, scratch that. So a 3-second call turns it over for Augustana. That's the third turnover of the game for the Vikings. Gray Giovanni empties the bench. Line change for Augustana. Mark Roth is in the game. Likewise for Griffin Dwyer. And Elias Jurgaitis. Eric Dornfeld for the first time for Elmhurst along with Brandon Grubel. Three-pointer from Foster is no good, and Dornfeld held up on the rebound attempt. Brandon Coons with a foul, his first. Justin Phipps off the bench for Elmhurst. He'll replace Robertson. 13-26 first half, a 1-point Elmhurst edge. Grubel pounds the ball into the corner towards Foster. And around the arc we go. Dornfeld posting and wanting the basketball. Mark Shear says give it to him, and Dornfeld wasn't ready. Elmhurst head coach right away says it should have bounced past into the post. 13-10 to play. Three-point attempt from Roth is good. Well, if Elmhurst is going to play zone, they'll just dare Augustana to beat him from the outside. The Vikings are 7th in the CCIW in three-point percentage. They've hit 1-3 today and have a pair of three-point plays as well, and an offensive foul will result in the 7th Elmhurst turnover, or will it? The officials are discussing here. Now they're going to have a huddle with all three. Can they overturn the offensive call? Would make it an inadvertent whistle. To the scorer's table they go. There's a lot of explaining. What's being called is a flagrant foul. Flagrant 1 versus flagrant 2, which would have been an automatic ejection. Mark Roth is the shooter out of Metamora, Illinois. Off the back iron on the free throw attempt. Interesting. Mark Roth, a 75% shooter from the line this year, 3 of 4. He'll split the pair. And Augustana will have possession as well, and Mark Shear is upset on the Elmhurst sideline. George Dexter returning for Augustana. First time I've seen a flagrant 1 called in college basketball. 12-9, Augustana takes advantage. Vikings up 3. Dribbling in is Jurgaitis. It'll take all the way to the basket, in and out. Rebound underneath for Phipps. Here come the Blue Jays. Foster easing it into the corner. Crisscrossing. Flipping for Grubel. And around the arc we go. Dornfeld, baseline. Working on Coons. 15 on the shot. Phipps to the free throw line. Sets a screen. Shot clock at 5. Foster has to hurry. Foster lost the ball. It's loose. Grubel to beat the shot clock will throw up an air ball. And a shot clock violation. 8 turnovers for Elmhurst. A turnover a minute so far. Timeout Elmhurst. 30-second timeout. So we told you North Park victorious at home. Illinois Wesleyan at the Shirk Center tonight, receiving all they can handle from Carthage. 61-55 score. Illinois Wesleyan in front with 4:27 to go. And Carthage whittling away at that margin. Wheaton really struggled early in the ball game at home against North Central. The Thunder found themselves down throughout the entire first half. From the outset, we're down 10-1, but from that point on, have outscored North Central 16-7. And it is a 17-all score with just over a minute to play in the first half at King Arena in Wheaton. 11:45 in the first here. Roth will roll right, pull up, and bury the 16-footer. Mark Roth with a strong start for Augustana. He owed 6 points. Likewise for Kevin Schlitter. Robertson looking for help. Dornfeld will oblige. Shot clock is at 20. Here's Robertson towards the corner. Phipps up high. Grubel driving to the lane. No. Rebound's tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Elmhurst. Roth let it go because he thought for sure Augustana would receive possession. Voiles, Rorer, DeSimone return. It's the starting 5 on the floor for Augustana. Boyd is back in for Elmhurst. Clock running, 11:10 first half. Grubel will roll right. Dornfeld posting. Grubel met by DeSimone. Eases it off. Phipps posting. Dornfeld dribbles in. 18-footer no good. And Boyd tried to leap for the rebound. DeSimone came away. DeSimone leads Rorer, who missed way off the mark against Dornfeld. 6'1" meets 6'7". Here's Phipps twisting in the lane short. Follows it up, and the second chance is good. Phipps right underneath. Misjudged his spot initially, but recovered. And it's 14-11. Underneath and a lot of contact. George Dexter is bothered. Foul is on Phipps. Only the second on Phipps as Jerome Robinson returns for Elmhurst. Around the arc go the Vikings against the Elmhurst zone. Voiles tries to drive in, out to Rorer. He'll dribble in against three defenders, too strong. Rebound is free. Boyd lost it. Voiles underneath. Look what I found. Boyd looked up, forgot about Voiles, who turned it into a bucket. Otherwise, it was a pretty nice defensive sequence for Elmhurst. 16-11 Augustana. Robertson working on Voiles, picks up his dribble. Here's Grubel handling the point. Out comes Robinson. Elmhurst down to 10 seconds to work with. Boyd bouncing for Phipps, shy of the lane, backing in, strong move, over the top of Dexter and scores. Phipps with a slight hesitation, able to score. It's a three-point advantage again for Augustana, 16-13. Entry pass for Dexter, and he throws it away. It's part of the frustration, perhaps, of the zone. Now, you know the Augustana big men consistently are seeing double teams inside. When you get frustrated and try to work your way in, quickly sling it out, and it results in a turnover. Fourth turnover for Augie in the half. Most glaring number of the first 11 minutes of play is the rebounds, 14-3 in favor of Elmhurst. Here comes Voiles, off to the races. Voiles strong to the rack, no. Second attempt isn't there either from Coons. And here come the Bluejays again. Boyd wasn't ready, and DeSimone couldn't hang on. Just shy of the scorer's table. The officials are going to talk this over. Looks like they just called a foul. Signaled something to the scorer's table. I think it was the shot clock. Robertson for three, in and out. That was down and came back out. Here come the Vikings. Voiles underneath towards Norton, who scores. 5-point game. That's the largest margin for Augustana here in the first half. Voiles knocks it out of play. Well, when you're 6'9", you have some fairly long arms. Dragaitis back in. A lot of mismatches created due to the size of Augustana, but it also stretches the Viking defense a bit and brings those big guys away from the basket. How about Grubel? Brandon Grubel, a freshman out of Valparaiso, Indiana. You talk about freshmen for the Blue Jays. Brandon Grubel has pretty much been the only player to see consistent floor time here in the 2011-2012 season. Mark Scheer has tightened up his rotation a bit. He's only been going about 8 deep. Robinson towards the corner. Off the screen steps Boyd. His J won't go. Robinson held up on the rebound. Gray Giovanni looks on in disdain. Timeout Augustana with 7:29 to play in the contest. We'll step aside. 20-15 Augustana leads. This is Blue Jay TV. Tim Calderwood with you on Bluejay TV. CCIW men's basketball action on this Saturday night from R.A. Faginal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. 20-15, 6th-ranked Augustana with the advantage. James Robertson ready to inbound for the Blue Jays. Looks for Foster, and it's tapped away. Nice defense by Jurgaitis. Here's Rorer to the basket in transition. It's one way to take the zone defense out of play. Transition game. 7-point lead for the Vikings. 22-15. Sanford, jump stop. Throws it away. Foster back towards the center line. Couldn't gain his footing over and back. Not by much, but his foot did indeed cross that blue stripe at center court. For Augustana, the 5 on the floor. Norton, Jurgaitis, Dwyer, Rorer, and Kuntz. Jurgaitis looking to bounce to the post. Robertson collects a steal. Robertson, Foster, Robinson, Boyd, and Sanford. It's the starting 5 for Elmhurst. Foster, high left, looks for the cutting Robinson, and it's off his heel, out of play. Mark Roth returns for the Vikings. Roth flips it behind his back towards Dwyer. 6:20 to play. Augustana looking to build on that 7-point lead. Elmhurst remains in the zone. Entry pass towards Norton, knocked away by Robinson. Deontay Foster. For the backdoor cutting Boyd, and stepping in front is Dwyer. Dwyer will feed Jurgaitis, who pulls off. Too strong off the glass. Augustana trying to take advantage in transition. Here comes Elmhurst. Foster could have pressed. He had numbers 3 on 2. Instead, he'll ease it ahead to Boyd in the corner. Good ball movement. Robinson from 19. Rebound is free. And Zack Boyd with a piece of Griffin Dwyer on the rebound, reaching out. DeSimone and Schlitter back for Augustana. .5:35 to play, first half. Augustana pretty complacent against the zone when Elmhurst has been able to set the zone. Into the lane towards Schlitter and knocked away. I believe it was Robinson again defensively. Boyd is double teamed. He falls to the floor. It's still free. It'll be out of bounds off of Augustana. Justin Phipps takes the place of Robinson on the floor. Phipps with the ball above his head, taking his time. Now Augustana, as we mentioned, 1 and 2. I'll say this, they've played 3 road games already in the CCIW, tonight being their 3rd of the first 4 games, compared to Elmhurst, who's been at home for the 3rd time. Shot was blocked. DeSimone again in transition, pulling ahead over to Roth. 3-pointer, short. Sanford with a rebound. So there is something to be said for the 1 and 2 start for Augustana coming on the road. Robertson for 3, well off the mark. Timeout Elmhurst. 4:34 first half, it's a full one. 22-15 Augustana in front. This is Bluejay TV. Elmhurst converted on 3 of its first 6 attempts on the floor today. Since then, they've hit only 4 of 14. The Blue Jays are at 35%, including 1 of 5 from three-point range. Augustana, meanwhile, has improved after a slow start. They're at 43%, 9 of 21. It's the Vikings up 7. Augustana ranks 6th in the nation. Elmhurst already down to only 2 timeouts. Voiles in the corner, triggers a 3. Long rebound chased down by Grubel. He'll quickly outlet towards Sanford and way too much. Elmhurst with turnover number 15 of the half. And still the Blue Jays are down only 7. 15 first half turnovers for a team that came into the game averaging only 13 turnovers a night. Augustana turns the ball over for the 8th time here in the half. The Vikings, as a team, turn the ball over just under 15 a game. Ball is in the crowd. 3 rows up. Stays with Elmhurst, 25 on the shot clock. 23 combined turnovers so far. Inside of 4 minutes to play in the half. Boyd at the top of the arc. Out towards Sanford. Now it's Grubel met by Roth. Shot clock at 10. Boyd against a double team. Up and under move. Drops home. Zack Boyd forced to adjust his shot. And again, it's Augustana attacking the zone defense in transition. DeSimone leading the charge to Voiles, who will step to the free throw line. Third foul on Justin Phipps. Bryant Voiles with only 2 points so far, his first visit to the free throw line. And he hits 6-point game. Voiles, 83% free throw shooter, 75 out of 90. Sits 3rd in the conference in scoring and 3rd in the conference in rebounding as well. His second attempt, though, is off the back iron. Augustana traditionally has shown a lot of balance, a lot of size as well. Bounce pass towards Dornfeld, too strong. Dornfeld is held up. Foul is on Kevin Schlitter, his first. Team foul number 5. Augustana does have one more to give. Grubel to Robinson, off the glass and in. Pretty set play by the Blue Jays. Now they'll hustle back into the zone. Things have gone much better when Elmhurst has been able to set the zone, and case in point, Rorer turns it over. Turnover number 9 for Augustana. Elmhurst has clawed within 4 with inside of 3 minutes to play in the first half. Robinson out to Foster. Now it's Grubel. Grubel with a jump stop. And Voiles over the back. Team foul number 6. Brandon Grubel to the line. Good on both. Elmhurst within 2. Here come the Blue Jays. Rorer rolling right to Voiles. His three-pointer is money. Bryant Voiles suddenly with 6 points, heating up for the Vikings. 6 points, the most in the contest for Augustana. Roth, Voiles, and Schlitter all own 6. Big three to stop the run. Robinson outside the lane from 8, back iron. Nice rebound though by Boyd, and Boyd falls to the floor. Boy, Zack Boyd, 15 points a ball game, 5th in the CCIW in scoring. He also averages 5.3 rebounds per game. He's a very, very solid rebounder for the Blue Jays as well. And only 6'3". But a solid 6'3" as he is at the line and hits the free throw. Boyd to bring Elmhurst within 3. He does. 26-23. DeSimone up high to Rorer. Surveys the zone. Angles right. Here's Voiles for 3 again. Not this time. Foul on the rebound. But it's on Elmhurst. Deontay Foster called for a clear out. Pleading his case to no avail. That will be the 7th on Elmhurst. And it's bonus time for Augie. George Dexter to the line. George Dexter, a 65% shooter. Hits the first. One more upcoming. Norton back off of the bench for Augustana. And Dexter is good on both. .140 to play in the half. Deontay Foster stutter steps. Out comes Boyd towards the corner. Dornfeld looking to drive. Elmhurst staying patient, 15 on the shot clock. 10 to work with. Trying to set up the high-low look. Dornfeld will screen for Boyd. He'll spin from the free throw line and hit. Zack Boyd with 8 first half points. Again, a 3-point advantage for Augustana. Jumping into the passing lane is Robinson, who went for the steal. Gets to know some of the fans in attendance here today. .107 to play. The zone has slowed down Augustana. Here's Dwyer for 3. Nope. Rebound out of bounds off of Robinson. Fresh 35 for Augustana. Kevin Schlitter returns for the Vikings. 1 minute even to play in the half. DeSimone for 3. Nope. Swatting at the rebound is Dexter, and it's off of Foster. 35 more for the Vikings. DeSimone inbounding to Rorer. Very complacent. The offensive look for Augustana against the zone. They've been at their best in transition today. DeSimone drives in. Schlitter is surrounded, off the glass and good. Shot clock is off. 25 seconds in the half. Elmhurst will hold for the final shot as Foster struts on ahead. Grubel with 10. Backing up is Boyd. To the elbow. Boyd steps back. Three-pointer off the front of the rim. Dornfeld to beat the buzzer is denied. George Dexter went up and swatted away, and we have reached the half with Augustana leading by 5 at 30-25. Numbers coming your way and more, as well as the second half. Elmhurst trailing by 5 at home, the nationally ranked Augustana. This is Blue Jay TV. Tim Calderwood back with you on Blue Jay TV. Before we break down the stats, a couple of scores for you. Illinois Wesleyan an 8-point victory at home over Carthage, 69-61. 35 points from the Illinois Wesleyan bench in the victory. North Central leading at Wheaton 37-32 as they close in on the midway point of the second half. Here, Elmhurst trails Augustana 30-25. Turnovers the story of the game so far. 15 for Elmhurst, 9 for Augustana. The biggest difference, though, the ability to turn those turnovers into points. Augustana 12 points off of turnovers, Elmhurst just 4. Also points in the paint, 16 for Augustana, just 8 for Elmhurst. Elmhurst only 1 of 6 from three-point range in the first half, while the Blue Jays were 10 of 27 from the floor overall, 37%. Augustana, well, they've been dared to beat Elmhurst from the perimeter as a result of the zone defense, which worked pretty effectively in the first half. The Vikings were just 2 of 9 from three-point range, 22%. They were 11 of 27 overall from the floor, 41%. 5 lead changes, 2 ties in the first half. Augustana basketball to begin the second. Leading scorer in the game so far, Kevin Schlitter with 8 for the Vikings. Brian Foyles, Mark Roth, 6 each. Elmhurst led by Zack Boyd, who scored 8 points in the first half as well. Augustana with the basketball. Brian DeSimoine, Bryant Voiles, Kevin Schlitter, George Dexter, and Troy Rorer, the starting 5 for the Vikings, who again see the Elmhurst zone to begin the second half. Voiles in the corner will try a 3. No good. Rorer, though, will have a second chance, and he's denied by Robinson. Here comes a third opportunity. Augustana did not make good on rebounds in the first half. They do so here to start the second. Elmhurst with a 23-10 commanding edge on the glass in the first half. Probably one of the biggest reasons why the Blue Jays find themselves down only 5. However, 11 offensive rebounds for Elmhurst, leading to 9 second chance points. Here's Robinson from 18, no good. Rebound to Dexter. Elmhurst in the whites, starting 5 for the Blue Jays, Deontay Foster, Zack Boyd, Jerome Robinson, Nick Sanford, and James Robertson. Ball is free. Voiles falling to the floor, slipping and sliding. It's still loose. First touched by Augustana, who was out of bounds. 10th turnover for the Vikings. Elmhurst basketball with 19:05 to play in the game. Largest lead in the matchup, Augustana was up 7 with just over 7 minutes to play in the first half. The Vikings have matched that here early in the second. Augustana in the man. They very briefly toyed with a full court press. Boyd will drive to the rack, no good, and Bryant Voiles makes it one and done. Well, if Augustana can tighten up on the glass, it could be a very long second half for Elmhurst. Rorer will sling towards Schlitter in the post. Back out to DeSimone. He's open from the land of 3. Front iron. Voiles over the back on a rebound. All 6'9" of Bryant Voiles. He will actually not be the one charged with the foul. They'll get George Dexter instead. First foul on George Dexter, who heads to the bench. He was a little shaken up. Cam Norton in to replace him. Gerald Murrow, Joe O'Neill, Jeff Pearson, the officiating crew for the matchup here tonight. Both teams trying to stop 2-game losing streaks. Augustana lost on Tuesday to Illinois Wesleyan. Elmhurst lost at North Central. They've also suffered a defeat to Wheaton during the stretch. Tough start for both of these teams in their schedules. Robertson is charged with an offensive foul. And Mark Shears quickly up off the bench to voice his displeasure. Augustana with losses to North Central at home and at Illinois Wesleyan. I got a feeling a lot of teams might be suffering defeats at Illinois Wesleyan this year. Titans seem to be in solid position here to start the season. Schlitter is blocked. He'll have it back, and he's blocked a second time. How about a third chance? Nope. And finally, Elmhurst with the board. Sanford over the top of Schlitter, forced to adjust his shot. No foul. DeSimone off for the races. In transition, feeds Norton. Count it, and a foul. Elmhurst is yet to score in the first 2 minutes and 19 seconds of the half. Jerome Robinson with his second foul. And another sub for the Vikings as Brandon Coons will enter. They are a deep team as well. Norton for the three-point play. 10-point advantage, 35-25. First 5 points of the second half belong to Augustana, and now they will come back at the Blue Jays with the press. Perhaps gunning for the jugular here. Elmhurst had problems without the press in the first half. Turning the ball over on 15 occasions, and they turn it over against the press here as well. Blue Jays remain in the zone. Voiles dribbles in from 16. It's an air ball. Zack Boyd brings it down for Elmhurst. Boyd down Main Street with a right hand and a friendly roll. Officials timeout. Zack Boyd dinged up on the play. Looks like he's bleeding from the mouth area. Brandon Grubel will replace him. (35-27). DeSimone to the free throw line towards Rorer. Dribbling into Voiles. Another adjustment for Augustana here in the second half. They are making the extra pass. When that zone defense collapses in, the Vikings are using one more pass to work for a better opening. Catching Elmhurst flat-footed defensively. 10-point lead. Robinson flips it towards Grubel with the shot clock down to 10. Robinson steps back from 18 in and out. Rorer makes it one and done. And Augustana has controlled the glass here in the second half as well. Voiles thought about driving. He'll kick it out to Rorer, who will move. Back out to DeSimone. Again an over rotation towards Voiles. His three is no good, and it's Rorer with another rebound. Out to DeSimone for three, no good. Here comes another chance underneath. It's Coons, and it's out of bounds. Elmhurst was plus 13 on the glass in the first half. They have been out-rebounded here in the second half, 8-3 to start. Venture a guess that 5 of those 8 rebounds have come on the offensive end for Augustana. 10-point lead for the Vikings with 15:45 to play. James Robertson spots Foster in the corner. Outsteps Dornfeld. He'll look to lob. Now it's Grubel bouncing in the post for Sanford. Sanford with a jump stop. Strong to the rack and good. 37-29. Norton to the top of the arc. Three-pointer on the way from Jurgaitis, no good. Grubel will track it down and nearly walk. He's able to recover. Big possession here for Elmhurst. 5 minutes into the second half. Second half that's been dominated so far by Augustana. Sanford on the baseline against a double team. Slipping it through with the shot clock at 10. Here's Dornfeld. Over to Foster. Dornfeld will screen for Foster. Foster with a double screen. Steps back. Three-pointer. Bingo! Big three from Deontay Foster. And Elmhurst has erased a double-digit deficit. They're back within 5, which was where we were at the half. 37-32 with 14:20 to play. Just staying patient. Norton, offensive foul. And 3 fresh ones coming in for the Vikings. Returning Dexter and Schlitter. Griffin Dwyer with his first appearance of the second half. 14:15 to play. Elmhurst can pull within 3 of the bucket. Rudimentary press for Augustana on Foster. No trap, just man on man, and Foster threw it away. 18th turnover for Elmhurst. And again, the Bluejays with 15 of those in the first half. A team in 20 minutes turned the ball over more times than they do on average in an entire ball game. But the 3-2 zone look has bogged up the middle for Augustana, and it's forced the Vikings to win it in transition and from the outside, which Roth does. Mark Roth with his second three-pointer of the ball game, and just like that, it's an 8-point advantage, 40-32. 9 points for Roth in the game. Leading scorer for Augustana. And Dornfeld threw it into the Elmhurst bench. Well, this is the way the contest began in the first half as well. Elmhurst would make a run, and every time the Bluejays tried to answer, the Vikings came back with another hook to the jaw. Dexter dribbles in. Rotates towards Roth. Here's Jurgitis. Back to Roth again in the corner. He'll bounce underneath for Schlitter. And Schlitter is fouled, perhaps by 2 different Blue Jays. It'll be on Sanford. Second on Sanford. They just as easily could have charged Dornfeld on the help side as well. Kevin Schlitter shooting free throws for the Vikings. Schlitter, a sophomore out of Park Ridge, Illinois, checking in at just over 4 points per ball game. Has started just 2 games this year. Splits the pair, but he's having a good showing here at Elmhurst tonight. Augustana with 3 losses on the season, ranked 6th in the D3Hoops.com top 25 as Foster drives, Sanford swats, and Schlitter comes away. 2 of those 3 losses have come on the road. Jurgitis overshoots. And the Blue Jays will come back with 3 bodies. They lost at Wash U and also at Illinois Wesleyan. Home loss came to North Central 67-62. Speaking of North Central, the Cardinals are up 8 at Wheaton, 52-44 with 4:18 to play. Timeout Augustana. Just to hammer home a point about North Central, I don't know what it is about the non-conference portion of the slate, but the same thing happened last year. Yes, injuries were a part of it, but North Central finished only 6-5 in the non-conference portion of the season, but they already own a victory over Augustana on the road nonetheless, and they're about to win at Wheaton as well, but there is still plenty of time left, up 8 with just over 4 minutes to play. 12:37 remaining here in Elmhurst. 40-32, Augustana in front as we break on Blue Jay TV. Elmhurst with the basketball, trailing 40-32. 12:37 left in the ball game. Blue Jays taking their time here. Cutting to the rack is Boyd. Nice adjustment. Couldn't finish, though. Boyd falling out of bounds. Saves possession. And now it's Phipps with a cut to the basket. Grubel with a knifer through the lane. 40-34. Nice touch by the Blue Jays there. A little bit of an over-rotation on defense. Left open is Dwyer for three. In and out. Robertson with a board. Robertson, Grubel, Phipps, Robinson, and Boyd, the five for Elmhurst. 11:45 to play. Blue Jays can pull within four. That would be as close as they've been since late in the first half. Shot clock is at 13. Robertson off a screen feeds Phipps. He looks to drive against Schlitter and is bothered. Comeback is Robinson. He's denied. Out of bounds with Elmhurst, but only three on the shot. Line change Augustana. Rorer, Voiles, DeSimone, Coons, and Norton all in. Elmhurst does have time for a catch and dribble, but they've been pretty good off of the inbounds play today, looking to lob towards Robinson. Turning around, 7-footer off the backboard. Boyd to beat the buzzer. A good look, but it wouldn't fall. DeSimone in transition from 15, short. Voiles the offensive rebound. Denied. Grubel falling to the floor is Phipps. And Phipps was pushed by Norton. Third foul on Cam Norton. .11 minutes even. Too much for Robinson. Another Elmhurst turnover and an unforced variety, the 20th turnover of the game. And Augustana turns it over in response. Been that kind of contest. We told you it was going to need to be a slow-down game for Elmhurst to have a chance. Brandon Grubel with a bucket for Elmhurst, who's within 4, 40-36. DeSimone to the elbow. Spots Rorer. In and out again. Rorer swats at the second attempt. The ball is still loose on the hardwood. And Augustana retains. Voiles for three. Way off the mark, but an offensive rebound again. Coons with the honors. If you're wondering, and I know you are, the 20 turnovers for Elmhurst today, a season high. Past the midway point of the second. Voiles targets Coons in the post. He'll overshoot towards Rorer, dribbling in, looking for a hole in the zone. Robertson steps in front. Robertson still fighting. DeSimone collects with the shot clock at 10. DeSimone to the corner for Voiles. Going cross court, Rorer. Triple threat with a shot clock at 3, 2. Turnaround from the elbow, no good. Coons with a rebound, and he is held up by Phipps. Augustana with a couple of big rebounds on the offensive glass. 9:24 to play. Off a screen, rolls DeSimone. His three-pointer won't go. Grubel the big board. And Grubel will ease it ahead towards Robertson. Looking to feed Robinson in the post. It's knocked away by Norton. Re-enters Sanford and Foster for Elmhurst. Joining Grubel, Robinson, and Robertson. George Dexter replaces Norton in the blocks. Foster for three. You bet! 1-point game, 40-39. Voiles around the arc with under 9 minutes to play. Voiles travels. Turnover. Eight and a half to play. I like the lineup of Foster and Grubel at the guard spots for the Blue Jays. Grubel will drive through. Pretty move, but it wouldn't drop. Voiles, cross court to Rorer in the corner. His three, in and out. But an offensive rebound again for Voiles, who quickly threw it away. Robertson for three, air ball. Phipps falling out of bounds. Tried to call for a timeout. Danelis Jurgaitis. Returning for Augustana, up 1, 40-39 with 7:53 to play. It's a big game for Augustana's CCIW championship hopes. Big game for Elmhurst CCIW tournament hopes. Rorer inside the lane, back up high for Roth. His third three-pointer of the game won't go here. Robertson the board. Augustana continues to play right into the hands of the Elmhurst defense by settling for those jumpers from the perimeter. Sanford working on Schlitter. Air ball, but an offensive rebound for Dornfeld. And Dornfeld on his way to the hardwood. Charge the foul to Troy Rorer. Second on Rorer. Zack Boyd returns. Elmhurst will line up in a stack. With 7:18 to play. A bucket would hand the Blue Jays the lead. For the first time since the opening 10 minutes of the ball game. Sanford working away. Plenty of time for the Blue Jays. Shot is at 15. Robertson bouncing for Dornfeld, shy of the lane. Dornfeld over the top of Schlitter, nope. Rebound free. Dornfeld trying to secure and does. Now he works on Schlitter again, and this time Dornfeld is on his way to the stripe. Foul is on George Dexter, his second. Eric Dornfeld, 20 of 31 at the free throw line this year. Stepping there for the Blue Jays. He can hand Elmhurst the lead if he makes them both. Very silent R.A. Faginal Hall as Dornfeld ties the game. He appeared in 22 contests last year, starting 8 for the Blue Jays. And his second is short, but Boyd is there for the putback. Nope, Boyd will try again. Here's Dornfeld in the lane, and two more coming. Early in the second half, Augustana was routinely creating second, third, fourth chances even on the offensive glass after a tremendous rebounding effort by Elmhurst in the first. Of late, the Blue Jays have been willing their way on the glass. And Eric Dornfeld, very shaken up, split free throws moments ago, has two more coming. Elmhurst with 11 offensive rebounds in the first half, held a 23-10 advantage on the glass. After being out-rebounded very early on here in the second, the Blue Jays have actually upped that total by 1 in the second, and now they're in front, 41-40. They're +3 on the glass here in the second. Dornfeld with 2 points in the game. And And it's off the back iron. Rebound free, Zack Boyd. Another rebound for Elmhurst. Told you this game was probably going to have to be in the 60s for Elmhurst to have a chance. Looks like we're headed that way. Sanford strong to the rack. Yes! Chris Martin up on his feet on the Elmhurst bench. One of the fans to get into it, and indeed they have. 43-40, Elmhurst up with 6:13 to play. Jurgaitis towards the elbow from 15 and a late whistle. Foul may have come on the closeout by Zack Boyd. Denelius Jurgaitis to the free throw line off the back iron. Ten of 14 at the line this year. Crowd letting him hear it as he steps to the line. 43-40 with 6:02 to play. One more upcoming. And that's no good either. Dornfeld the board. Strong rebound from Dornfeld, and he's fouled. Out of frustration off the miss. And Gray Giovanni is livid, screaming for a timeout, pleading his case with the officials, and then getting on his young freshman point guard as well. Under 6 minutes left in the ball game. 43-40, Elmhurst on top as we break on Blue Jay TV. (43-40) Elmhurst with a lead, 5:59 to play, and the Blue Jays will be shooting free throws. Meanwhile in Wheaton, North Central led Wheaton 56-48 with 2:22 to play. With 7 seconds remaining, North Central is up a deuce, 57-55. A couple of tight finishes in the late games around the CCIW. 1-1 for Dornfeld, and he's money. Dornfeld 3 of 5 at the free throw line in the ball game for Elmhurst. It's a 4-point lead. The largest lead for Elmhurst tonight. They were up 3 just over 2 minutes into the contest. Now they lead by 4 with less than 6 to play and make it 5. Dornfeld is good on both. 45-40. DeSimone, Voiles, Rorer, Roth, and Schlitter, the 5 for Augustana. Elmhurst has remained in the zone throughout the course of the game. It has confused the Vikings, slowed down the tempo, and forced them to beat them from the outside. 5:40 to go. DeSimone shuffling back towards Roth. Bouncing for Voiles, over to Rorer. Working on Foster, easing out, shot clock under 10. Roth will skip to DeSimone. DeSimone driving. And with 3 seconds on the shot clock, a whistle will place the Vikings. Not a shooting situation, just the 6th foul on Elmhurst. It looked like they were going to call it in the process of a shot. Instead, it is a fresh 35. The next foul will place Augustana at the line. Augustana, 4 timeouts left, Elmhurst 2. Blue Jays have not taken one here in the second. DeSimone between the rings. Spotting Roth. Again, very complacent against the zone. 5:10 to play. Roth for 3. Nope. Offensive rebound for Voiles, and he'll finish up. It was a pass, right? Wheaton hit a three-pointer at the buzzer, and they are headed to overtime. Spencer Schulte with a putback for the Thunder off of a miss. Sent the contest to OT. Under 5 minutes to play here. Foster tried to float home a three-footer. Ball's on the floor. Dornfeld will trickle it out towards Robertson. A fresh 35 for the Blue Jays. Here's Dornfeld. Strong to the basket. 47-42. Augustana ranked number 6 in the country, trying to avoid losing 3 straight in the CCIW. Voiles for 3, nope. Long rebound, Foster uses it, swatting it to himself. Ahead to Sanford, to the basket, blocked by Voiles. But Elmhurst recovers. Under 4 minutes to play. Falling out of bounds is Robertson, who was able to call timeout and save the possession. Mark Shear asking for a 30-second timeout. With 3:54 to play, Elmhurst up 47-42. Blue Jays have slowed down Augustana immensely. After a struggle to start the second half on the glass, Elmhurst has been in control. They are +6 in the second half and +16 for the game. 44-28 on the glass. With 3:54 to go. In front of a great crowd tonight at R.A. Fagettle Hall. Tim Calderwood with you on Blue Jay TV. Want to remind you, you can go back and watch each and every game on demand if you so desire. Perhaps you want to see a replay of this one, you can do so. Elmhurst has outscored Augustana 22-12 in the second half. They have 21 on the shot clock as Robertson inbounds to Foster. 47-42, Elmhurst with the advantage. Out comes Robinson. Over towards Robertson. Back to Boyd. Boyd for 3. Oh my goodness! Zack Boyd off a screen, buries a three-pointer. Elmhurst up 8:50-42. 3.5 to play. DeSimone dribbles into the corner. Roth passing on the 3. Stepping left, and his 3 is good. A three-pointer to answer from Roth. Just the 4th three-pointer of the game for Augustana. The Vikings are 4 of 23 from three-point range. Mark Roth with 3 of those makes. Elmhurst has just dared the Vikings, and they've gone ahead and played right into the Blue Jays' hands against the zone defense. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more zones against Augustana during the CCIW season. Sanford lost the basketball. Jump ball is called. The arrow is with Elmhurst. Gray Giovanni wanted to travel. Grubel towards the corner, the shot clock at 10. Grubel backing up, using a screen from Sanford, working against Voiles to the hole, scores! 52-45. Roth skipping to the post underneath. It's Coons with a response. And a timeout for Augustana with 2:33 to play. 52-47, Elmhurst in front. It is a 30-second timeout for the Vikings. In 2 years, looking to stop a 2-game slide. Boy, when the Blue Jays were at their height during the Ryan Burks and Brent Rook era, there were some epic battles between Elmhurst and Augustana. Can't say enough about the job the Blue Jays have done here at home tonight. A strong second half showing, and with 2:33 to play, they have the basketball. Foster is trapped. Elmhurst with 5 seconds to work it across half court. Grubel has to hurry. Grubel working his way across. There's a 10-second call. Or was there a timeout first? No. Mark Shears saw it, came sprinting out, tried to call timeout. Elmhurst a little too hesitant against that trapping defense. And it results in a turnover, the 21st of the game for the Blue Jays. 21 turnovers, a season high total for Elmhurst, but that's the first time in about 7 minutes that the Blue Jays have been able to hand Augustana a freebie. 2:15 to play. In the corner, it's Roth for three. Oh my. 2-point game, 52-50. Roth with his fourth three-pointer. Boyd along the baseline, tosses up the 8-foot hook, in and out. It's on the floor, Robinson underneath. Jerome Robinson with a putback. 4-point game with 1:45 to play. 54-50. Lowest offensive output in a game for Augustana this year. It's come in their last two showings, 62 and 63. And as I say that, I back up to a Knox College victory, 55-53. Heading the other way for free throws. After the foul on Troy Rorer, his third. Nick Sanford will step to the line. .134 to play as Sanford is in the bonus for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst 8 of 10 in the contest from the line, but the free throw is long. Away with it comes Coons. And now DeSimone runs the offense with 1:25 to play. Rorer starts to move. Elmhurst is tightening up the zone a little bit. Almost more of a matchup zone here. DeSimone to Rorer in the corner for three. 1-point game. 54-53. Timeout Augie with 1:05 to play. It's a full one and we break. Don't go anywhere. The thrilling conclusion from Elmhurst is next on Blue Jay TV. Does Elmhurst have enough to hang on and hand Augustana loss number 3 in a row in the CCIW? The Blue Jays have led over the last 7 minutes and find themselves in front by a point at 54-53 with just over a minute to play. James Robertson will inbound for Elmhurst. Last time against the press, the Blue Jays were forced into a 10-second call, and they turn it over. Rorer the steal, no, but he's headed to the line to try to put Augustana in front. Oh, my. Troy Rorer stepping in. He hit a 3 moments ago to bring Augie within 1. Rorer will shoot 2. It's his first visit to the line today. And he hits the first. Troy Rorer is a 68% free throw shooter. He can put Augustana in front. And he does. 55-54. The Vikings will drop back. No press needed here. Deontay Foster signals the play. Under a minute to go. Dornfeld over towards Robertson. Out comes Foster. Foster setting up. Dornfeld with 15 to work with. Dribbles to the corner. Shot at 10. Boyd, 4-3, short. Rebound loose and in the arms of Griffin Dwyer. Augustana up 1, shot clock is off. Rorer almost threw it away. Foster has to come in and foul DeSimone. Second foul on Deontay Foster. Free throws for Brian DeSimone. DeSimone hasn't visited the line tonight either. He's a 79% shooter on the year, 23 of 29. Deontay Foster will head to the Elmhurst bench for some guidance. No good. Rebound to Robertson. 15 seconds. Elmhurst down 1. Timeout, Blue Jays. 11 seconds to play. Mark Scheer wants to draw it up. All that Elmhurst has left are fulls. Elmhurst has been close earlier this year, losing by 2 at home to Carleton. They also lost at the buzzer here at home to WashU. Is tonight the chance for Elmhurst to break through at home, trying to stop a 2-game slide. Down a point with 11 seconds left. Looking at potential shooters here for the Blue Jays. Don't be surprised if they try to get the ball inside and maybe draw a foul as well. The hot hand tonight for Elmhurst has belonged to Zack Boyd. He's only 5 of 14 from the field for 13 points. Been contributions everywhere from the Blue Jays, who have only used 8 players in the contest. Some huge minutes for Eric Dornfeld down the stretch. Augustana breaks with DeSimone, Rorer, Voiles, Coons, and Dwyer. Elmhurst breaks with Boyd, Dornfeld, Robinson, Foster, and Robertson. Robertson is the inbounder to Foster. Spinning away, top of the arc, 7 seconds. Dornfeld back to Boyd around a screen, has to hurry for the win. Oh! Zack Boyd with 0.3 of a second. It's an 18-footer. Augustana calling for a timeout just before they inbound the basketball. Zack Boyd, an 18-footer before the buzzer sounds, and Elmhurst with 0.3 of a second left leads 56-55. Oh, what a game. Wheaton and North Central, meanwhile, are in double OT. Zack Boyd with 0.3 of a second left. Wasn't really a good look. Had to take the shot, knowing time was running out. Connecting from 18 feet on a contested J. The Blue Jays 0.3 of a second away from handing Augustana its 3rd CCIW defeat of the year. A catch and shoot situation for the Vikings against WashU. WashU had time to get the ball to half court, call a timeout, and set it up. Elmhurst is out of timeouts. Augie with 2, but they cannot take one. It's going to need to be a catch and shoot scenario. Dornfeld will face guard Voiles. Boils around a screen, has to hurry, needs to inbound, does so to DeSimone. The shot will not count. Didn't fall anyhow, but it was waved off, and Elmhurst celebrates a 56-55 home upset win over number 6 Augustana. The Vikings fall to 1-3 in the CCIW. They've lost 3 in a row. Zack Boyd, the hero, an 18-footer with 0.3 of a second left, contested to provide the Bluejays with the win. What a showing for Elmhurst, who is 2-2 in the CCIW and over the 500 mark at 8-7. Augustana left to lick their wounds, sitting just 1-3, and suddenly the preseason favorites in the CCIW and the team who was ranked number 1 for a week earlier this year finds themselves on the outside looking in early in the CCIW tournament race. Forget the championship. They're on the outside looking in the tournament chase and are going to have 3 games to make up on Illinois Wesleyan for the conference title chase, and at least 2 games to make up in the race for the CCIW tournament potentially as well. What a finish. Zack Boyd with 15 points for Elmhurst, an 18-footer with 0.3 of a second left. Boyd finishes with 15 as Elmhurst knocks off Augustana 56-55. It was a tremendous contest tonight. Hope you enjoyed being part of it here at R.A. Faginal Hall. Our next broadcast on Blue Jay TV comes your way 1 week from tonight when another nationally ranked team visits Illinois Wesleyan. That's a 7:30 tip as part of a men's-women's doubleheader. We'll have the women's contest for you as well here on Blue Jay TV prior to that 7:30 men's contest. Thanks for tuning in. Zack Boyd, the hero tonight, an 18-footer with 0.3 of a second left, and it's Elmhurst victorious 56-55. For our entire crew here on Blue Jay TV, I'm Tim Calderwood. Thanks for watching, and good night.